Very much. Someone named Ilo Eukarya. Can you unmute yourself? We want to hear from you. Just 1 minute. Okay. Why is not in Kiru? Okay, Miss Ilo, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure, and I'm so glad to join this forum today. Was invited by a friend who told me about it. I'm yet learning to know what it's all about. I'm so impressed with everything that was spoken today. Actually, we have an organization here of which I'm the president of the organization. It's called the Emerald Ladies. And our objective had to deal with abuse and battered women. That's what actually brought my interest to this conference you're having. And it will be a pleasure. I'm gonna get back to you, Mr. I can't remember your name, sorry about that. So we can talk more. My organization would be interested to work with you. Couple of times we tried to reach out some true relative to most women back home. And we realized there are a lot of women that are being abused and battered. Some of them are married, some of them are widows, some of them are single girls. And I think they need a lot of help. I thank you for this initiative. It's very, very nice. And my question will be now, what resources do you have with your organization? How to reach out to these women in the villages? There are a lot of them. There are a lot of them. So I don't have much to talk, but until I learn more about this your organization, but take my word, with my organization, we'll be interested to work together with your group to see how we can help all these battered women, all these abused women back home. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. If you don't mind, go ahead and send us your details. One of our coordinators will reach with you, and we'll also share with you what we are doing, and we're willing to collaborate with your organization also to address those issues in the very little way that we can. All right, thank you, appreciate that. The next person that I think, Violet Iguano, would you unmute yourself and say something? You were supposed to co-moderate, but I think I took over from you. So go ahead and mute yourself. Violet.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Violet Egono. I've been listening to everything and a lot of sense, and I learned a lot from it, very educating and all. What I would like to add is this, we have to create awareness, like especially in rural areas, because most of their parents there, and even the people, they don't even know what abuse is. They don't even know what abuse is. But a man can beat up a woman, a man can even cut off one of her hands and they tell her, stay there, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do to this man? What did you do? Even the women, when you ask them to leave and maybe you try to take them out of bed, they don't go. They say they can't leave their husband, marriage is forever and all. So I'm so happy for this meeting. So I think we have to create awareness in rural areas. Then when a girl is raped, they ask her, how did you dress? What did you wear? And all. So we have to create awareness in rural areas, because I hear a lot of cases coming out from there. And like we all know that these people, they don't have voices. In fact, you can never go to the police station. The policeman will ask you, what did you wear? And all. And so my own, my own suggestion is all about the rural areas, because like, lots of people, they've heard about rape, domestic violence, and all that is going on in our society today through social media, TV, and radio stations, and of course, meetings like this. But in rural area, they don't even hear about it. They don't even know that it's bad. They just go through abuse and just live their life like that, like in total bondage. So that's all I have to say. Then, sorry, I don't know, I'm taking much of your time. Somebody was talking about FIDA. So I remember years ago, I went to FIDA when I was going through abuse myself. I went to FIDA and I told them that somebody was trying to kill me with a knife. My mom was trying to kill me with a knife. I went to FIDA. You know what FIDA did? FIDA asked me to go back. Marriage is forever. God hates divorce and all. I think somebody works with FIDA here, so I would like to know why they asked me to go back. And they were like even forcing me. That's FIDA in Takot. Like, you have to go back. We have said it. You know, so these are things they do to women when they go to FIDA, especially. I wrote it down. I was going to ask this question. I'm so sorry. I've taken much of your time. So most people go to FIDA and they send them back to their abusers. Even when they talk about rape, they'll tell you the husband and wife issue. I saw a lot of cases there. So at the end of the day, women, we don't have a voice. When you go to station, I went to the police station one time, they were like telling me that it's family problem and all. So I don't know how we're going to like sort out these issues. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Definitely together we all can solve the problem. So I think the next person, Mr. John Anene, can you go ahead and give us your own comments? John Anene is my chairman, so. Mr. Anene, unmute yourself.
Thank you very much. Again, my thanks to everybody on this panel and for sharing all these words of worth of knowledge you have, and also basically we're fighting for those who cannot fight for themselves. I think one of the biggest problems is our culture, because we don't believe things like this happen. If we can begin to sensitize our people that this is real, because in every culture in Nigeria, I don't care wherever I come from, there's culture of blame that you are the one who you're not supposed to be there. And then after all, what is it about? After all, you slept with him or you slept with her. So that culture is a terrible culture which we have to start to sensitize. And also it goes with the police, because the police also will probably rape you too. I bet you if a lady goes to a police station and complains, the policeman there will probably rape the girl again. Let me see what they did to you. So we need to start to change that culture. I think that's one of the biggest problems. Even I think Ms. Ireti said something. I've read in the newspaper where congressmen are marrying 12, 9 years old. Because they're so powerful, nobody can say anything to them. I mean, what is happening? So those are the culture we have in Nigeria that is, it's not just, we just have to see how we can sensitize these things and then bring that to awareness. And also telling somebody to go back to your abuser, that's a suicide. You have to save the person first. The person cannot go back to that same home or to the same man that is abusing you. That's unacceptable. So again, thank you guys for everybody for your input. I'm happy I was able to join in, and then I've learned a lot, and I will keep learning, and then try to make my niche wherever possible. So thank you guys. Thank you very much for this very informative, I call it conference or meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. It is 6:40 in Nigeria, 1:40 here. We're going to be rounding up. If you have any further questions, please go ahead and email us at info@cipdi.org. The email address again is info@cipdi.org. I think Abe Okeke raised a hand, and once you're done, we will conclude this segment. This is not the last one. We'll be calling upon you Whatever thing you can do, also send us your information and we will let you know where you can work with us and what we can do together to begin to address this issue. Thank you, everyone. Obiokeke, last word.
Okay, my last, the last thing I want to say is that actually some men are very quick to justify the fact that they beat up their wives. And when you ask them, why did you beat up your wife? Say, because she talks too much. Before I say one, she will tell me, she will give me the whole length of her tongue. Her mouth will be winding like a typewriter. If you're man enough, if she starts talking, why don't you leave her? Pick the key of your car and leave the house. Go out of that place. By the time you come back, I bet you that woman would have made the best, in fact, your favorite dish, because you have disgraced her, you have made her look little. By the time you come back, she would have calmed down and should have made the best meal for you. You understand me? And again, some men, again, I will advise and I will beg them, they should stop beating their wives in the presence of the children. I have a neighbor, the husband was also always beating her, even had a cane for her. And what happened? Because the mother-in-law told the lady, my child, if he beats you, beat him back. Oh. The father used to, we were 3 women that he married. The father used to flog each and every one of us, even in the presence of the children. And the children, all the male children grew up beating up their wives. In fact, buying canes and keeping for their wives and beating them up. Do you know the end of it was that the man ended up pouring very hot water at boiling point upon the wife, and the woman almost died. I had to go and get some women groups, and we went and marched to Lagos State, Lagos State, yes. And then in fact, the long and short of the whole thing was that I was able to get justice for the woman, and the man, till I'm talking to you till this minute, is on self-exile in Angola. So please, let us learn to tolerate women. If you know that she talks too much, leave her. If she starts talking, leave the house. I beg of you, and don't maltreat your wife in the presence of her children. The children may end up one day, when they grow up, they will end up hating you because they see you beating up their mothers. Please, I beg of every man, discipline yourself and control your emotions.
Abi, what's the man's name in Angola? I can get him deported in Angola.
No, don't worry. The wife will not. You know these women now, because the man still sends money for.
Better off in Angola.
Yes.
The man. Let me protect the lady, because at least the man still sends more money for the upkeep of the children.
Jails are bad.
The man is from Anambra State, Allah, precisely. But let me.
I'm sure he's selling. What they do there is selling spare parts and provisions.
I think so. Whatever. But I want to protect the woman and protect the children too.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks so much. I'm grateful.
Next time, Ireti, you have to present. You have, because you're a reservoir.
Yeah, because when we were still in the same compound, because later they moved to another building, another place where the husband built a house. But while we were still living in the same compound, whenever the man comes around, he stays he only comes around when he wants to impregnate the woman. Maybe, but within that period he's around, it is beating every day. So sometimes me and one other woman, Mama Sabina, we rush into the house and we beat the man. The man is even very short, too. As short as I am, I think I'm even taller than him. You know, short men, I don't know how God. Short men, the things they do, maybe because they are short.
Okay.
Mr. The legislator who married a 12-year-old did not get away with it. An organization called RAPA, they harassed him. They invoked the Child Rights Act, which is domiciled already in Abuja, and they got him to the point where he got rid of that 12-year-old and said the marriage never took place because it's against the law in Abuja and many states to marry anybody under 18. Because organizations enforce the law, and they did.
And that's what we're going to do. We are going to ensure that the laws on the books are enforced.
Exactly.
One way or the other. So I believe
it's like 20 24 or 28 states right now, it is against the law to marry anybody under 18. But most people are not aware of that. If you Google the Child Rights Act, you will see that most states, except for a few core northern states, all the other states have already domiciled them. Maybe Zamfara, Borno, Yobe, a few like that. Kaduna already has. So
That's why.
if anybody gets up and says, no, this is against the law, I'm taking you to court, something will happen. But nobody does. We're all very complacent.
Now we are going to do that.
Okay.
Every one of us here, I believe that is something that we all have to commit to doing. CIPDR is committed to doing that. We are going to be approaching some lawyers and getting them on board. And as much as we can, I think it's all our responsibility, because the police won't do anything, the government won't do anything. We must ensure to protect ourselves and also to protect our women and our children.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Let's say our advice and thank you. I will send you information again. We are definitely going to have some more. So thank you, everyone. We appreciate it. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
And thank you, everybody.
Bye.